This is the first record where I absolutely stopped caring what people think.
If it feels right, other people will feel it too.
I had a feeling it was gonna do well, but what it did was like, what the heck?
I was always very sheltered. I never really dared to really express exactly how I felt about someone.
I wrote it from such a vulnerable place in my heart.
Like a couple people been like, well, corporations been like, let's do a lyric breakdown. I'm like, I'm saving it for Genius. I'm saving it for Genius. And we're here now, so that's so cool.
Black hole opened in the kitchen. Every clock's a different time. It would only take the energy to fix it.
Black hole, it's like this limitless, unfathomable thing, and time, also this like limitless, unfathomable thing. In the kitchen, it's so domestic, and like changing the clocks is actually so easy. So it's like these things that should be easy about life are actually tied to these things that feel like you can't even touch them, which is a flavor of mental illness that I think like a lot of people deal with, like just not being able to actually do executive function to like deal with something.
Too tired to piss, too full of piss to sleep.
Every night.
And that's this guy, I think. That's this version of us.
There for the grace of God goes you. Smiling when I ask if she's bored yet. Wonder if we took it too far. There but for the grace of God goes you. There's a spin on, I believe, a gentleman watching some people being taken off to be executed, saying, you know, there but for the grace of God goes I. So it's almost me flipping it almost to be like, I wish I could be in that position. I wish I could be going with you.
And I love Vermont, but it's the season of the sticks. And I saw your mom, she forgot that I existed. And it's half my fault, but I just like to play the victim. I'll drink alcohol till my friends come home for Christmas, and I'll dream each night of some version of you that I might not have, but I did not lose. Now your tire tracks in one pair of shoes, and I'm split in half, but that'll have to do. I always like to throw a good mom exchange into my songs if I can. And this one I felt like was like particularly sad, just the idea that like there was a person that was like, you know, tangential to your life for so long that like completely forgot about you.
Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you in awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same.
I talk a lot, but when I'm with someone I really like, I get quiet. And I guess I'm kind of addressing to this person. I'm like, don't you notice I get quiet when it's just the two of us and it's just me and you in awkward silence. And they're like looking at you kind of in a loving way, but not really. And you're like, don't look at me that way. It's just like a reminder that you actually can't have them.
Take me to church. I'll worship like a dog at the shrine of your lies. I'll tell you my sins and you can sharpen your knife. I have to say, yeah, the magnificence of cathedrals, but you wonder, okay, who paid for that? And it's everybody who lived in its shadow. And look, I there's some misunderstanding as well about where I come from. Like, I've come from a Catholic family, but the idea of confession and that there's one person in a community who hears everybody's secrets is such an outrageous power imbalance.
Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. You and I drink the poison from the same vine. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. Hiding all of our sins from the daylight.
The chorus is really the climax in the story in Daylight. I was giving into darkness that grew in my life like a root beneath a tree. I knew I should be giving more into the light.
A little context if you care to listen. I find myself in a shit position. The man that I love sat me down last night and he told me that it's over. Dumb decision. Raye, what is it, dumb or done? Basically, I recorded it as done decision, D-O-N-E. And then Tia, shout out Tia. When I played her the first demo, she's like, oh, dumb decision, that's sick. I love that lyric. And I was like, oh, it's actually dumb decision, but I like that more, so let's just do that. I didn't re-record it. I was just like, let's just write it in the lyrics and I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, but people always like, is it dumb? Is it done? But it's both.
Give me peso, moi, extendo, gra. I carry bitches like I'm prego. Bop, bop, Peter Rowe, a nigga, corn Pedro. Suck a nigga, shoulda knew it from the get-go. Yeah. Every time my dad took me to the corner store, he would always put on his fake Spanish accent when he's ordering something or purchasing something in the store. So that's where that came from. I was like, give me peso, like, show me some love. Like, that's why I was like, don't play with it, don't play with it. Give me peso, show me some love.
Telling me that you're really about it, why try to hide it? Ooh, talk is cheap, yeah, so show me that you understand how I like it.
Guys, talk is cheap. Guys know how to talk. They'll promise you the world, they'll tell you this, that, but when it's time to show, then dololo, there's nothing. I hate that, like guys that just talk, nah.
Moon, tell me if I could send up my heart to you. So when I die, which I must do, could it shine down here with you? I was just thinking about how sad it was that, not that I had to die, but that I had to stop living, because I love living life, I love people, I love the world. And so I was thinking, I wish this love in me that is temporary could go up to the eternal moon and keep shining down with it.